Okay, guys, today's little story, I'll tell you. I once picked up two guys down in front of what used to be the Donkey Den, and it was bar closed, and they were a little crazy. One of them decides he's jumping right out in front of the taxi, and he's like, "Yeah, stop!" And so I decided stop, of course, because I wasn't running over. And this joker, they jump in the cab and they say, "Take me to Westminster, 114th and Sheridan. I'll pay you double." And I thought, all right, double works for me. I'll run the meter anyway. So, anyway, it's always a good idea to run the meter, because if you run the meter and they change their mind or something else, at least you've got some backup to show what you did. So anyway, I am taking these guys home, and the first guy that jumped out in front of the cab, he says, I gotta pee right now." So what's he do? He runs out in front of, before he runs out, I take him to the gas station about, it's the on-ramp right off Park Avenue going on to I-25 North. There's a little gas station there, and I thought maybe it was still open. Of course, I was new and didn't really understand how it worked. So anyway, he runs up and grabs the door, and it wouldn't open. So he's like, what am I going to do? So he runs back to the cab, he opens the door, sits down, and right out the door. I thought, dude, seriously? So anyway, the store clerk at this time decides to come outside, even though he wouldn't open the door for safety purposes. He comes outside and says, "You can't do that here." And by then, he was done urinating. And so, of course, he gets back in the cab, and we take off, and there's nothing left for the store clerk to say. And then we get up just off US 36, and he says, "I'm going to have a heart attack. If I don't smoke, I got to have a heart attack, or I need to smoke right away." I said, "You can't smoke in the cab, sir." And he says, "I got to smoke." I said, "You going to give me a heart attack?" I said, "Then have a heart attack." So anyway, I pick him up. He decides to light up anyway. So this is in the middle of a blizzard, a very cold blizzard. So I lower the passenger side window, I lower the driver side rear window, and I lower the passenger side rear window, because I can't stand the scent of smoke, and I've got asthma. Once in a while, it really bugs me. So we're driving up US 36 with snow blowing in the taxi, and this joker smokes his cigarette and throws it out and says, "I'm freezing to death. I'm freezing to death." And I said to him, "I still smell smoke. I can still smell smoke." So he's like, "I'm done already, I'm done." So after about a minute or so of freezing him, I decided to roll the windows up, and I take him up to his place, up off 114th and Sheridan, and he hands me a $100 bill and says, "Thanks for the ride." Walks out of the cab, he and his friend both. He gets up about 30 feet in his front yard and falls face first into the snow. Anyway, that was kind of humorous. His friend helped him up, took him inside, and off to the next one I went. But that's today's little story. So there's one for you guys.